women, they have minds and they have souls as well as just hearts, and they've got ambition and they've got talent as well as just beauty. And I'm so sick of people saying that love is just all a woman.
Welcome, my friends, to the RP Experience. Peace and love to my brothers and sisters out there. And thank you for hitting the like button, subscribing, sharing, and turn on notifications so you know when I drop a whole new video. Now, I'm probably going to make history right now. This is going to be a first time that a guy from that manosphere space, even though some will say I'm not really manosphere, but the reason why I pit myself with that group is just because I believe with a lot of the philosophies, I just don't believe in extremes of either way. I definitely don't agree with the streams of the women bashing the men, you know, but I don't totally agree with the streams with the men bashing the women neither. However, because women has got so many licks in, any men that um take that kind of stance, and even women, which I have to watch them a certain kind of way because they're probably doing it kind of just for the money or something like that. But I do think once they did it for a significant amount of time, they have to somewhat believe what they are doing to a degree, So today I'm going to acknowledge uh Women Appreciation Day, even though that was the 8th of March, which I wasn't sure if it was Women Appreciation Month or if it was day. But today I'm going to look at the positives of what women bring to the world, to men, to life. Not all of you, just like not all men bring things that are positive. The men that's in our jail, the men that are corroding our society with violence and like hate and stuff like that. There are also women, and because women operate differently, usually through passive aggressive means or manipulation, sometimes they can manipulate a situation that men are uh deleting another man or something. So but anyway, we're going to look at the positive. I'm going to point out some things that I did not know that women created. And okay, let's begin. Now, this is the first time I'm using this program right here, so let's see how it goes. Anyway, as you can see in bold letters, yes. Did you know that windshield wipers were invented by a woman, Mary Anderson, to be exact? We can't imagine how dangerous and difficult it must have been to drive without them. Mary Anderson. See, I did not know. I did not know a woman created this, you know. And I this is kind of like with being a black man, and there's knowledge and things that's not taught in school that you really have to dig for to find out to feel better about yourself. Like I didn't know a black man had came up with the stoplight, and I didn't know that a black man had discovered sugar. And of course, there are other things that black men, black women have contributed that doesn't get recognized. So this is like the same thing with things that women have done. I was watching a movie that really a woman had wrote the story about Frankenstein, and of course the guy took credit for it. And I think it's important for people to know these kind of things so that when they are young, they're not boxed into like I just gotta be a rapper or I just gotta be a sports athlete. And some of us may can't be that, but some of us have different skills that we can also uh, find something. Okay, let me see if it's another thing. Um, Rear view window. Okay, let me see if that's okay. So the rear view window. Yes, Dorothy Levitt invented the rear view mirror 5 years before its adoption as a standard part of the auto. That's why Tringle mentions bringing a mirror along on your transcontinental journey. Okay, see, did not know. A woman created the rear view mirror. Okay, huh. Oh, let me see. Let's see. Ah, okay. So Society View was a guy that created that one, Elmer Berger. Okay. But see, we would be thinking that a man created every single thing that we use. So I'm pretty sure there are some things lying around in your house that you might be surprised that a black person created, a Hispanic, Puerto Rican, uh, Argentina. Somebody has created it that we use in our life, and women are no different. So I want to say thank you, women that have contributed to society. I think I'm going to close up with this.
Bitch, I'm stylish. Glock talk, big t-shirt, Billy Eilish. Watch on my wrist, but I want that diamond. Niggas talk.
Now, why did I show that video? Because in that video, a guy would use that to show that all men are physically superior to all women. And I would say the vast majority of men is stronger than the vast majority of women. I mean, that's just fact. That's just how we are built. However, though, looking at that video, it was only one guy that beat that white girl. You know, there were dudes behind her that she smoked. Of course, it was women back there too, but there were dudes back there too. So it wasn't like every single guy smoked this woman, which I know sometimes that does happen, but like I say, I guess being honest, I've seen some women do some amazing things. Um as I will say, back when I was like the most dominant photographer at a theme park, as far as like stopping, people to get pictures, getting them to enjoy it, getting them to come back, wanting them to personally have me take their picture. I had not too many peers in that. Now there was some people like that could get me on some days, and there were like guys and girls that was, well, while I excelled in that, they was able to take pictures and sell the picture. So in a way, they had that leverage over me, but I felt like I was so good in that area right there that I know I made that company a lot of money. But when I think of it, even though it was some guys that was able to give me some competition in that in that area, in that era, that it was real competitive. Well, we competed against each other taking pictures. It was far more women at that time that gave me the most competition. Actually, it was women that I actually picked up a lot of positive pointers from. Now there was some guys that I picked up some stuff like before I became good doing that I picked up some stuff from them, but I picked up more stuff from certain women, especially this one woman, JoJo, which I remember she was the only one that you could be in front of her and she could get somebody to walk past you and get a picture. You know, a lot of you may not understand this, especially now, because now the photographers are kind of like how Disney photographers are. Like, you don't even realize they are there. You just look and be like, oh, okay, is somebody over here taking pictures and stuff like that. But during the time when I was doing it, you knew I was there. You knew I was there. So, yep. I had one more video and I had a pop-up come on my screen. No, not one of those pop-ups. It was something saying to my coverage or something. They was reminding me to like extend my coverage, which I don't think I am. I just normally transfer to something else. Anyway, I have one more video right now, and this is going to be one of my shorter videos, like in and out, because I realize a lot of people is not going to see this video. The guys ain't don't want to see this video, and this is just for some women that do watch my channel to know that, I don't hate you. Actually, I'm doing this out of love so that some of you will become better, not better looking, better people inside, and it could be in vain. It's kind of like how Coach Greg Adams would say, like why try to correct something? Just let it burn. But yeah, I just can't totally give up. I can't do an extreme either way, so I gotta try.
People that you know mean you well tell you things that you need to hear. Move that bullshit that you're feeling out of the way so you can get your help while it's being served to you, so that you can stop suffering unnecessarily in your experience. Does that make sense to you, family? If you ain't got people around you that love you enough to pull your coattail and to remind you of your strengths and to point out your weaknesses, and as they point out your weaknesses, they cover you and they say, hey, you got a blind spot right here and it's real big, and I've been taking these blows for you in your blind spot, but I'm here to let you know I got to work my own out. So cover your blind spot. Baby, that's love. That's real love. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm
The Healing Place. Yeah, she has some good videos out there. Now, some of her videos can be misinterpreted by women, but ones like this is I think they're like inspirational. And this is probably my message to women. Like, I'm doing this out of love for you, that some of you that learn that you are toxic and that you can be um, disrespectful and hold your man to like double standards and want a guy to do all this in a relationship. And meanwhile, he can't hold you to nothing to do. Even though I know that more applies to guys on your level, because if you're dealing with a guy that's like your dream, or like a millionaire, billionaire, but one of those that has like status, popularity, confidence, and he's not simping for you, then you're going to behave correctly for him until you get enough leverage or something that you might do him dirty. Like, you get married or you get kids and stuff like that. Not that all you will do this, but the thing is, though, is nothing preventing you from doing it. So, thing is if any of you get into a certain emotion, or you get a new attitude one day, you hang around with some new friends and you pick up a different vibe and want to live your life differently, then that man's going to pay the price. Not that that can't happen the other way, but he takes more of a penalty if you change up on him than if he changes up on you, unless if he becomes physically violent. That's the only way. But I think a lot of guys are more docile now, unless if you are chasing after the more masculine dudes that are in and out of prison, then you know that that's when things change. Anyway, I don't have too much more to add with this video, uh, except for ending with, I do appreciate women. I have love for women. I have love for men because I am one, and we go through things that we just used to did not talk about, but we're talking about it now. And we're not always right. Sometimes our view can be a little like lopsided or so, but it's better than what it used to be when it was tilted totally to the woman's side, and where every man was a monster and he was wrong and things like that. I mean, men, we know that there are bad guys out there. We know that there are guys that will like take advantage of a woman or force himself onto a woman. We are constantly told this, and um, most of us will not disagree with that. It's just frustrating when a lot of women will disagree that there are not a little bit, not like 1-2%, that there's at least like a third, like 30%, 33% of women that are just straight foul. And maybe they did have their heart broken, but goes back to the same thing as like men. A lot of men become monsters because they had their heart broken by a woman. Now I don't agree. Like, I understand the pain by either one, but I don't disagree. But I disagree with taking that out on the wrong people. If anything, then give that energy to the ex, or if you are picking the same type of guys, if you come across the same type of guy, then do that. But don't be picking those guys, get all damaged, and then once you get a decent guy, you're going to do him dirty because you want revenge against all men. So that's not right. So for men out there, you know, women are important, and we know this. I know, like, a lot of us is hurt or angry, and we just done with them. And if you feel or you think that kind of way, because a lot of us don't like to feel, but if you think that kind of way, then fine, go MGTOW or go monk mode. Just go away, work on yourself, and then maybe come back one day and try again. However, I'm not telling you to get married. Like that's one extreme. That's one extreme I do kind of have, because the marriage laws and how much power a woman has to screw you over. She has to be a total angel. And thing is, though, she can be an angel today and a devil tomorrow. So, not telling you to get married. I mean, however, like I say, if you are a couple and y'all both in love and y'all young and you haven't did this dance before, then go ahead and do it. However, though, if you have scars and you've been through it, or you've been through a divorce or two, then maybe it's time to stop that game. Anyway, that's it. You guys have a good day, and peace out. Oh yeah, TJ. All right. TJ, go ahead. He first. Oh yeah, TJ. Come here. What are you talking about? What are you doing? What are you trying to do?
I still wanna run to you. Am I breaking through? Do you feel me too?
Pendo made it.